When talking to someone, it can affect how they receive what is being said to them and how they will respond. My definition of self-concept is how someone thinks or evaluates themselves. There are many things that can influence communication and shape our self-concept. One of those things being family. Say, for example, confidence. If you grew up in a family with a nurturing environment, your confidence, of course, is going to be a lot greater than in a family with, an unhealthy environment. Another example is the media, like general media, like TV or just magazines and ads. What we see on the ads of all these models, that's not what we see in everyday life. And people still hold themselves to that expectation that they should look like that. Then again, in today's society, the media still offers us a guide on really what is normal and what is acceptable and what is valued in today's society. Identity management is how people use strategies to influence how other people look at them. For example, say speaking with an English accent and speaking with a regular accent. That's two different ways of identity management. People can look at you different. Two primary characteristics of identity management are perceived self and presenting self. Perceived self is private, and presenting self is what you want people to see you as. Perceived self is what you think you are behind closed doors, if that makes sense. I've known people to call me privileged before only because my parents have good jobs and they can afford the things that I would like, but at the same time, they don't give me the things that I like. Only because they have the money to get it doesn't mean that they're going to get it all the time. So, yeah. Cultural norms are rules and expectations of behavior and thoughts based on shared beliefs within a specific culture or group. It relates to communication because without communication, there would be no culture. Cultural patterns like power distance can influence communication. Power distance is basically people within a society that accepts power being distributed unequally amongst everyone. An example of that is, say there was a person born into a family of millionaires, and then there was a person born into a family of, say, farmers. The millionaires are going to think that's normal, and they were just born into that life, and the farmers are most likely going to think that there's some inequality happening between them. Another example of a cultural pattern is a collectivistic culture, and they emphasize the needs and goals of a group over the needs and goals of one individual person. So they try to keep the harmony between the entire family, basically. In my case, I believe that the way that I was raised is you do it on your own and you got to make your way in the world. So I would say I was raised more individualistic. Intercultural communication competence is the ability to understand cultures and use that understanding to communicate with people from other cultures successfully. Something that you could do to adapt to a different culture is to listen and observe the culture and what they are doing and pay attention to how they talk to each other, or you could just talk to them about the culture, learn more about it, and do your own research about it. I would say my intercultural awareness and sensitivity is probably not as good as I think it is, but I do respect other cultures. I do have many cultures in my own family. I believe I have plenty of time to learn many other cultures, but at this point I believe it's okay for right now, but there's always room to learn more. And yeah.